Hello, all. Welcome to my fortress of solitude. Yes, I know. Name's copywritten, so does Ree, but could think of another reason, another thing to call this channel. And because I'm a giant Superman fan, and I want to give you my impression about Superman Lois that premiered, what, Tuesday was it? Yes, it was Tuesday. Premiered Tuesday, and I've had people ask me, hey, how'd you like it? What were your thoughts? Because not only am I the biggest Superman fan most people know, I'm also a comic book dork, and I'm kind of precise when it comes to adaptations of characters. Now, I've been told I'm too picky, that it doesn't have to be just like the comics. And to those people, I say, shut up. Because for me, it's never about getting everything exactly right storyline wise. It's more or less getting the characters to feel right, getting the who they are, basically. And when it comes to Superman and Lois, I think it does a really good job of giving me a Superman that feels like Superman. He's not the useless, absolutely useless wimp that was portrayed on Supergirl. And also, he's not a mass murderer like in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. So, kudos on both. And judging this episode, at least Superman and Lois, judging it by the way that I would judge other pilots about Superman, I like it much more than the first episode of Smallville, which is not setting the bar that high because I hate that episode. Smallville is my all-time favorite show, but the first season is rough and that first episode is hideous. But I don't like Superman and Lois as much as I liked Lois and Clark, the first episode of Lois and Clark. Now, that's my not my review, but that's my opinion. And now I'm going to get into my review. I'm going to break down some things, so there's going to be spoilers. So if you want to watch it first, then come on back. Just pause this, go watch it, come on back. Or if you just don't care, keep on going. No worries. So here's what we got. It opens with his origin again. Um, if I hear one more person tell me we need we need different interpretations of the origin, no, we don't. We have seen Superman's origin. If you don't know who Superman is, what his backstory is, I want you to wear a metal hat and walk around public with a metal hat so I know who to avoid. Because you're not paying attention. This crap isn't quantum physics. It's like, Batman's origin or Spider-Man's origin. We've seen it. Stop. But they do it all right. Pa Kent doesn't even make it doesn't even make it to the opening credits. It's just, oh, there's Pa dead. I started chuckling with that. It's like, oh wow, this show's got Disney disease. Okay, parents gotta die really quick. Show opens, da da da. And then you see Superman, like basically, he's in the uniform of the old, basically what he looked like in the first issue of Action Comics. He rescues your kid. Kid compliments him on his costume, and Superman replies with, "Thanks, my mom made it," and flies off. Which, by the way, that is pure Superman, and I loved it. Then, you skip ahead a bit. I'm going to just give a brief synopsis because that's what I do. If you want more in-depth reviews, they're out there. I would say check out. I think Nerdrotic did one that was pretty good. I believe Heel versus Babyface did one, and those are amazing channels. Love those guys. Now, you skip ahead. You meet Clark's kids. You got Jonathan and Jordan. Jonathan, I get his name because, named after his father. I have no idea where the name Jordan would come from when it comes to Lois and or Clark. Why would they pick that name? Jonathan is kind of like the perfect kid. He's the older son. He's perfect. He's athletic. He's outgoing. Jordan basically is every single teenage stereotype you've ever seen. He's basically, if you take Judd Nelson, at least the way Judd Nelson looked in Breakfast Club, but kind of merged with Ali Sheedy's character in that movie. That's kind of what he is. He's like he's shy. He has like the Robert Smith hair going. Unless someone's gonna correct me on that one, but that's just what I thought when I first saw him. He's very just whiny. He has terminal shyness. And like it's one of those. Ugh, all right, fine. And of course, doesn't like his father. Clark gets fired from the Daily Planet, which I thought was hilarious. I was like, all right, that comes out of nowhere, but okay. Um, and you skip ahead, and then my first note I have here is, well, first note is because you find out that his kids don't know that Clark Kent's Superman, which means when Clark's home, he's always bumbling Superman. He's always bumbling Clark Kent, which makes no sense. He's home. Why does he have to be bumbling, doofy, glasses, hi Lois, at home? And if he's not doing that, then his kids are stupid. Because I will defend the glasses as a disguise to my grave, because it works. It works when Christopher Reeve did it, because if you watch Superman, you could see, all right, no, he changes. It's not just glasses. His whole manner and posture, everything changes. And if you don't believe me, there's a scene in the first Superman movie where right after he goes takes Lois on the flight of Superman, he's there as Clark Kent, he's being all Clark, and then she's getting ready in her bathroom, and he decides, I'm going to tell her, and he takes off his glasses, and the man almost doubles in size, because he stands up straight, and he broadens his shoulders, and he transforms, and it's amazing. That's why it works. In this show, you're going to tell me his kids who know Superman know what he looks like, and they don't go, Dad, take off your glasses. Hey, you're Superman. So Clark never takes his glasses off? Ever? Makes no sense. Anyway, my other question is, because you're watching this show, and both of his kids are insufferable dicks at points. Like, neither one of them are likable. Like, they have moments. Like, I was surprised they made me like Jordan more than John. I was surprised, and it angered me. I'll explain why for the comic book fans who are watching this, who know Jonathan Kent from the comics. Before Bendis got to him and screwed him up, John was an amazing character. Like, he was Superman and Lois' son, and he was a kid with superpowers, but he was fun, and he had a great personality, and he was likable and so well written. And now you get to him, and he's like this jock, and he's all, I got a football practice or whatever, and he was picking on his brother in a way where you're just like, stop being a douche, just stop. And also, John wouldn't be a douche, because Jordan is kind of a whinier version of Damian Wayne from the comics. And if you use that parallel, in the comics, John didn't pick on Damian Wayne. Damian Wayne picked on Jonathan, actually. So, why he's doing it here? Anyway. So then, skip ahead. Ma Kent dies. She didn't make it past the first commercial break. She dies. They wind up in Smallville. You find out Morgan Edge is buying up Smallville. Smallville's not what it used to be. Later on, you find out they have crystal meth in Smallville, which I was like, what? No! Smallville! And I know someone's going, well, it's more realistic. It's Superman. Realism doesn't work in Superman. It doesn't really work. Shouldn't work on Batman either, because frankly, if you put Batman in the real world, he's dead in 10 minutes. But, whatever. That's neither here nor there. So, they get to the farm, you meet Lana, and for once, could you guys give her red hair, please? Just once. They did it once in the Superboy TV show when I was a kid. And it was tremendous. She looked just like the comic. It was awesome. And then Smallville, she got the dark hair. In this show, I don't know what color hair she is because I'm colorblind, but it's not red. I can tell that much, Ernie. I know there's a no ginger rule in Hollywood. I figured that part out myself. But Lana's there, and she's married to some guy who I'm pretty sure is going to be the evil white stereotype that every CW show has. I'm pretty sure he's going to be the Trump supporter. He's like, grr, arg, angry white man, yay, patriarchy, or whatever. Then, After that, you meet Lana's daughter, whose name I forget the daughter's name, and forgive me, because I like the character. I just forget her name because she came out of nowhere. Trust me, I'm having problems remembering Jordan's name. Uh, but you find out her and Jordan kind of have a thing, not like a giant thing, like a little thing. They're kind of flirty a little bit, and then you find out, oh, the signal's terrible. And the router's in the barn in this weird spot, and Jordan's like, I'll go get it. And then he's trying to get it, and he slips, and a bunch of like giant beams or like metal rods fall on him and Jonathan. She runs against the adults, which, by the way, is the exact thing you should do. And Clark, they go in. Clark's like, the hell? Both the kids are okay. So him and Lois are like, uh oh. And so Clark says, I'm going to tell you that I'm Superman. He does it in a way where he lifts up a truck and floats, like basically flies. And he's doing it outside in broad daylight. I know he's on a farm. I get that. And there are no neighbors. I mean, there's no one doing, our neighbor can't. They're flying over there with his truck. You may want to call somebody because that's not right. That's something. Nope. And both the kids are like, you lied to us. How dare you? And I'm just like, shut up. That's why he lied to you, because you're both wieners. Quiet. And before anyone tells me, how would you react if your parents lied to me? My parents lied to me my entire life. But if their reason was they're superheroes, or they're saving the world, or anything positive, honestly, I would have been, all right, you know what, fine, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Good move. Okay, I got that. And also, another thing, and this is from the comics, and yes, I'm looking down, 'cause I have my notes right here, so if I look down, I'm looking at my notes. Um, Another thing that kind of made me go, what? Is that Lana Lang's his best friend. It's way it's been in the comics forever. Uh, in the 80s on, once DC did their first giant cosmic reboot called Crisis, um, Clark, when Clark finds out he has powers, first person he tells, that's not Mama and Pa Kent, because they already know, but the first person he tells is Lana, because she's his best friend. And they didn't do that in Smallville. Like, she finds out eventually, and I was annoyed. Like, yeah, he told Pete, and he told Chloe. No, he told Pete. Chloe just found out. And then she told him that she knew, and then Lana, same thing. But in this show, they keep that going. Like, I was like, why? Why wouldn't you tell your best friend? That makes no sense either. It's your best friend. You trust her, and she would be someone else who could keep your secret. But also, how about Mom and Pa Kent if things happen? And nope, nay, she doesn't know. That annoyed me. Uh, oh yeah, they kind of make Clark a little not bumbling, but a little absent-minded in a way that annoyed me because, and this isn't the only adaptation that's done this, but because they basically have it where Lois is a better reporter than he is, which I don't know really, because in the comics they're always kind of neck and neck, sort of. Um, and that's where it is. Like that's not what annoyed me. It's just I can't my nose. I don't remember exactly what triggered this, but all I remember is just going, oh, for crying out loud, he's a reporter. He'll figure this out. Like, he'll see what you're hiding. He'll figure it out. He's a smart guy, and also he fights Brainiac on a daily basis. And Brainiac's a giant computer, and he outsmarts Brainiac, so he'll figure this, whatever the secret was. And forgive me for not remembering exactly, because I only watched the show once. Let's hear it. I did the Smallville has meth already. And of course, by the way, and the whole thing was they don't know which one of the sons are going to have powers because they're half Kryptonian, half human. And everyone's saying, every point saying, it's going to be John, it's going to be John, it's going to be John, it's going to be John. Especially if you're a comic book fan, you're like, it's going to be John because he has powers in comics and this other dude doesn't even exist. But me being a writer, and and having an intelligence above a fourth grader, I was like, it's going to be the emo one. The emo one's going to get the powers. Sure enough, emo one gets the powers. He winds up at a bonfire with a bunch of kids. Lana's daughter goes, "Hey, let's join me to a bonfire. I want to keep talking to you." You find out that she takes pills too, because Jordan takes pills for his terminal sadness, or terminal shyness, I mean. And I forget why she takes medication. I forget why she takes meds. And it's not whether it wasn't important. I just don't remember. And they're having a moment, and Jordan kisses her, and then this African American dude comes out of nowhere, like legit comes out of nowhere, and just pops Jordan in the face. And he's like, "What are you doing to my girlfriend?" And George's like, "You're what?" And she's like, "Well, I was going to tell you, but you kissed me." And I'm thinking, now, honest mistake on both sides. She didn't tell him, and Jordan didn't ask. Should have asked. Got that. However, it's not like he just went in, like it was a slow cinematic. Da-da-da-da. At what point she could have went, "Hey, hold up, got a boyfriend." Just saying. And I'm pretty sure, however, that she's gonna break up, or something's gonna happen with her and the guy she's with, and she's going up with Jordan. That's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure of that. But then, as boyfriend's kicking the crap out of Jordan, Jonathan comes out of nowhere and goes, "Hey, get off my brother!" Tussle, and then the boyfriend, and I think the rest of the 1976 Denver Broncos, I don't know, like this big gang kind of shows up. They start beating the crap out of out of Jonathan, and Jordan kind of hulks out kind of, and shoots heat vision into a bonfire, which explodes. I don't know why it explodes. I think maybe they're cooking crystal meth there. Maybe they have canisters of gasoline, methane, and nitroglycerin just in the fire, just waiting, because he just bzzz, and boom. And this is happening as Clark is flying around fighting a dude in armor, who was introduced in the beginning of the episode. I'm only bringing it up now because he's not really all that important in the story. It's just you try to blow up a nuclear reactor in the beginning. Clark stopped it. Then you find out that General Lane, Lois's father, saw a Kryptonian. Oh, and also General Lane knows he's Superman. What? No! If you're going to tell anybody that you're Superman, it's not going to be your father-in-law who hates you. At least he did in the comics. Here, not so much, but in the comics, he hates Superman. He doesn't trust aliens. But in this one, nope. No, him and Father Lane, they're good people, but he's not going to tell his kids. Stupid. Anywho. Then you get to, so he's fighting armored guy. They're flying in space, they're fighting, and armored guy's just smacking the crap out of Clark. And then finally, he stabs him. Armored guy stabs Superman in the chest with a kryptonite shiv, basically. And they're in space, and he starts falling. You're like, "Oh, I'm Al." And I'm like, "Oh, wait. Did Berlanti and his crew finally figure out how kryptonite's supposed to work? How it's supposed to affect Kryptonians?" I was getting excited, because they already fixed the heat vision. Because for some reason, the heat vision in Supergirl is blue, which I don't understand. But in this show, it's finally red, which made me go, "Oh, it's about time." So he's falling. He's like, "I'm dead. I'm dying." Because he should be Krypton. And then Lois finds out, "Oh, hey, kids, Ruffle, explosion." And she has basically, I don't know, like a get home quick Clark button. Like, it's not an app on her phone, but it's like this thing. Like in the comics, Jimmy Olsen has a Superman alarm that only he can hear. So I'm assuming it's based off of that. But she hits it. She's like, "Clark, come home. Clark, come home." He hears that as he's falling from space. And he pulls the shard out, and I was like, "No! He can't touch kryptonite! He's Kryptonian! Kryptonite, if he touches it, he goes, ouchies! And it will hurt him more. Darn it." So once again, I was wrong. Berlanti, again, like, just read a comic. Read a comic, look at the effects of kryptonite on Superman, go from there. Or hell, watch any of the movies. Except for no, Batman versus Superman got it correct too, actually. So never mind. So just watch everything about Superman that's not anything you wrote. Because Supergirl has the same problem. Like she would get shot, stabbed, inhale kryptonite, and then shake it off like she was annoyed, like it was a headache. Nah, no. He should be plummeting to his doom. But he pulls it out and then stops himself from hitting the ground and then flies off to help his kids. And I'm just like, he should be limping at least, or staggered or drunkenly flying into a building, because again, kryptonite shiv. So, but either way, they have a chat, and then he decides he's going to stay in Smallville, and they're going to, because they have this whole other plot about Ma Kent, the farm, reverse mortgages, banks are evil, which I can agree with, but yakety schmackety. And then, but he's like, hey, we're going to stay in Smallville. Jordan, kids are going to be here more for you, because you're important. I'm going to be here for more for you in the end, sort of. I'm going to come back to that. I'll be here for you because that annoyed me too, but I'll be there in a bit. And then you get to the ending, like not the teaser, the post-credits scene, where Armored Guy is in the Arctic, and I don't know if he has his own Fortress of Solitude. I don't know, but he walks in, there's his computer, and he takes off the helmet, African-American guy, bald, and the computer says something like, we'll get him next time, Captain Luther. What? And for anyone yells at me for what I'm about to say, understand this. It's not that Lex Luthor is suddenly black. That doesn't annoy me, just because if Spawn was suddenly a white guy, I'd be annoyed by that too. That's what they are in the comics interpretations. That's how they should be in adaptations. However, that's not what annoys me the most. In this reality, they already have Lex Luthor. He's been played by John Cryer. So, unless it's a Luthor from an alternate reality, because the entire time he keeps yelling at Clark saying, my planet's been destroyed, so our planet's been destroyed together, and he knows Superman's Kryptonian name. He keeps calling him Kal-El. So, I don't know what that is. I don't know if he's a survivor from when they did their own crisis on Infinite Earths and destroyed all the multiverse. If he's a survivor from that, I don't know. All I can think was, what? Why? It just seemed silly to me. So back to what I was saying before about the kids. Like, that's Clark's like, I'm going to be here for you kids. And this is what I think they're going to do with the show, which is really going to annoy me. Where it's going to be, because they had like one of the scenes of Lois, like, you're going to have to be here more for your kids, because they basically did this in this episode where Sam Lane was like, I found information about Armored Guy. He's writing in Kryptonian. Go get him. And Lois was like, no, you need to be here with your family. And I'm like, don't make me hate Lois. Berlanti has already made me hate Iris Allen, who I didn't really have an opinion on in the comics, just because when I started reading Flash, she was dead. And then when she came back, it was one of those things where when she was there, didn't really have that much of an impact. But so me not liking her, I was like, well, it's not really that big of a switch. Then they made me not like Sue Dibney, which breaks my heart because I adore Sue Dibney in the comics. And now you made me hate Sue. They made me hate Felicity Smoke, which I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't like her either. Shut up. I adored Felicity. I thought she was amazing. I thought she was funny and adorable. And then in one season, like, fudge. Yes, I'm saying fudge because I would like to get monetized eventually. So I'm trying not to curse as much as possible. I was like, yeah, but I hate her now too. Don't make me hate Lois. I love Lois. Lois Lane is one of my favorite characters. Always has been. Especially as she kept going, because when new writers got to her, she got more got more personality, more oomph, became more badass. Like the Lois after the first after the crisis in the comics when she was retooled, hardcore military brat, badass. Loved her. Loved her in Smallville. So don't make me hate her now. But she's doing this thing where it's like, you need to pick between Superman. You can't be Superman all the time. You need to be your family. And I was like, he's Superman. It's not like he's going out and working more hours to get better pay or to get a new raise or whatever. He's saving lives. To me, that's selfish as hell to go, you need to choose between Superman and your family. No! Don't play that card. It makes no sense. And actually, Lois would never do it. Lois Lane would never say, you need to pick between me and your kids or Superman. No. I mean, granted, I'm not sure where the rest of the heroes are because they're in the same reality as the Flash, Supergirl, Black Lightning. Green Arrow's dead, so he can't help. But the legends are there. So there are other heroes. I just don't get it. Anyway, though, enough of my ranting. All in all, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Again, I like seeing Superman who's not whiny, depressed, mopey, and it doesn't kill people. So that was a plus. I think the main character, the main lead, Tyler. I can't pronounce his last name, but I always liked him as Superman. I liked him when he was Superman and Supergirl, so I like him here. The lady who plays Lois, I don't really have an opinion on yet, just because I don't know. She hasn't really had a whole lot of meat to her yet. I guess they really haven't given her a whole lot to do. And she's kind of plain Jane looking for me, for Lois anyway. But it's one of those things where I would like to see where she takes it. I think she can go farther. I'd like to see. I don't know. I don't have a giant opinion on her until I see more stuff. The actor who plays Sam Lane, I forget the actor's name because I know him and I feel bad about it, but I like him. So that should be fun to see where they go with that. When it comes between the kids, Jonathan, as of right now, feels like very much like the oldest kid in Home Improvement, Zachary something or other. But the oldest kid, he kind of has that vibe to me. And Jonathan, I'm sorry, that's Jonathan. And Jordan feels like the youngest one from Home Improvement when they suddenly one day turn him goth. It's kind of what he feels like. So I'm kind of interested to see where they take Jordan. Jonathan, but I'm thinking he's going to get his powers eventually. And I am interested to see what Mystery Guy is, like what his purpose is. So, and I'm going to watch it either way because I said before, I said this on Twitter. It's Superman show, so I'm going to watch it. Like I watched every episode of Supergirl with him in it because it was Superman. That's just he's my guy. So comments below. Tell me how you liked it. Tell me if you watched the episode, if you enjoyed it. Let me know. Give me some feedback. Let me know how I can improve. I'm sorry about the setup, but I was planning on having a camera. I was planning on I have a video camera and it'd be all like cool and have me in front of my display of Superman action figures and stuff. Be all like cool and yay, I'm a Superman fan. But I wanted to shoot and my tripod just snapped. And I'm like, well, sugar. And it couldn't help. So I'm kind of hoping this works. I've never used a webcam before like this, so I'm kind of hoping this works. Let me know how I do, but let me know. Give me any comments, suggestions, things you'd like me to review, maybe. How I can make my reviews better. I will tell you I'm not going to do a review where it's going to be a long form, where it's going to be a bunch of like me watching the show, a bunch of clips and stuff. That's not going to happen. The others who do that better. And also because I don't see a point. But I would like to keep doing this. I will be coming out with videos at least once a week. I'll try to have a schedule as much as possible. I'll try to keep, more likely right now, I'm going to be releasing a video every Saturday. Um, and I also plan on doing other things. So let me know. Let me know if you guys have any ideas. Thanks so much. Have a great time. Have a great day. Deuces.